What would the 12 days of Christmas be without a little rednecks?
Woo! Somebody done been to the Walmart.
Man, this is the stuff I got for Christmas.
Well, you cleaned up. What'd you get?
5 flannel shirts.
4 Big Mud tires, 3 shotgun shells, 2 hunting dogs, and some parts to a Mustang GT.
You fool, you got Jeff First 12 days to Christmas.
I know that. I got it covered. Look over in the corner.
That's yours, too?
Yeah, 12 pack of Bud, 11 wrestling tickets, 10 of Copenhagen, 9 years probation, 8 table dancers, 7 packs of Red Man, 6 cans of Spam.
5 flannel shirts.
4 Big Mud tires, 3 shotgun shells, 2 hunting dogs, and some parts to a Mustang GT.
Man, these ain't normal Christmas presents.
No, they're redneck gifts.
Redneck gifts.
Yeah, you know, like if you buy your wife earrings that double as fishing lures, or if you convert the entire chorus of Jingle Bells. Perhaps if you think the Nutcracker is something you did off of a high dive, or if you've ever misspelled anything in Christmas lights, or if you leave cold beer and pickled eggs for Santa Claus.
What's wrong with that?
I didn't say anything wrong with it. It's hard to beat. 12 pack of Bud, 11 wrestling tickets, 10 of Copenhagen, 9 years probation, 8 table dancers, 7 packs of Red Man, 6 cans of Spam.
5 flannel shirts.
4 Big Mud tires, 3 shotgun shells, 2 hunting dogs, and some parts to a Mustang GT.
Well, you know, you can't really consider it a Christmas unless you go down to the penitentiary and visit your mama.
You're not listening to me. Get the car key out of your ear. That's where the 9 years probation comes in. I'm going to do it for you again. Now listen. 12 pack of Bud, 11 wrestling tickets, 10 of Copenhagen, 9 years probation, 8 table dancers, 7 packs of Red Man, 6 cans of Spam.
5 flannel shirts.
4 Big Mud tires, 3 shotgun shells, 2 hunting dogs, and some parts to a Mustang GT. Are you crying?
No, just my allergies.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Didn't you buy your wife 4 Big Mud tires once?
No, I just bought her snow tires.
But, I mean,
She drove a Saturn. There was no mud.
Isn't that like the sedan equivalent to 4 Big Mud tires?
Well, we had snow. We had to get snow tires. That was her birthday gift. No, Christmas gift, sorry. I didn't know Spam was redneck. I thought Spam was Hawaii. Like if you're Hawaiian.
I love Spam.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's just
else.
salt.
Nobody else. This is the problem I have with a can of Spam, okay? Is I love Spam, so I buy Spam because sometimes I'll be at the grocery store doing the grocery shopping. Everybody else in my house hates Spam. How am I supposed to polish off an entire can of Spam? So I end up opening it, and then maybe if I'm lucky, I can get through half of it before it goes bad in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator, and I got to throw it out.
If you fry it in
and
butter.
Spam ain't cheap.
No.
Spam ain't cheap.
If you fry it in butter, it's okay. So, anyways.
Ham is for po people.
It is the 12 Days of Christmas brought to you by Margarita Adventures. Go to margarita-adventures.com for all your zip lining and wine tasting needs. They have both of that for you. The twist today on day 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, no.
Tim is using a fast pass.
Not
Tim is using a fast pass, and people are going to be pissed.
Again.
Tim, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, that was one of the prizes. We're doing great last year in the 12 Days of Christmas. 7 fast passes. You've used 2. This will be your 3rd, and now we put you down that you'll have 4 left after today.
Because I was thinking we were doing Carnival ticket taker math, and I was like, I have no idea how many fast passes he has left. I'm glad you're keeping track. I'm glad you're managing this situation.
There are people at Ernst & Winnie that are listening, and they're keeping track of all this stuff. Does anybody even know what that is?
I don't know.
That might have been a firm where we grew up. But anyways, a law firm. All right, Tim. So Tim
Pretty sure it's an
and his
accounting
wife
firm.
one last year. They got 7 fast passes. They're going to use another one today.
If they're counting tickets, it's an accounting firm.
Okay. I don't know what Ernst & Winnie was. Was it an accounting firm? Or was
I'm pretty sure it was.
Or was it attorneys?
Yeah, because they verified the results, right?
That's right. All right. So, Jeff and I are now going to sing to you The 12 days of
Hey,
Christmas.
This is your real prize, Tim.
And then
is,
we'll be on our way here, okay? All right. So today is day number 5. We're actually doing day 5 right now. We'll reveal day 6 coming up at 9:05 this morning, all right? So, on the 5th day of Christmas, Jeff and Jeremy gave to me 5 oil changes from 5J Automotive in Slow.
4 tickets to Zip and Sip and Margarita Adventures.
3 pairs of tickets to the Mac and Cheese Festival.
2 remote control toys from Hobby Headquarters in Atascadero.
And a 2-night stay, dinner, and couples massage at the Dolphin Bay Resort and Spa. You cannot read. Why? What is your problem?
This is the problem.
You're reading my lines, and then you can't read.
Here's the problem. It says Jeff and it says Jer. So when you just glance at it, it looks very similar, and it's also written in like 8-point font. So it's like if my eyes are a little bit blurry, Jer looks like Jeff. Okay, so maybe do the long form of your name.
How about you I have no problem reading the difference between Jeff
Well,
and Jer.
I don't have your eyes. Maybe I have worse eyes than you.
I guess you do. All right. Well, we'll change. Oh, thank you. There you go.
I'm going
You're going to go through and change everything
Yeah.
from Jer to Jeremy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I thought you didn't like to be called by Jer.
Well, nobody's calling me Jer. It's just for you to know not to read that line.
I'm so sorry.
All
But
right.
hey, good transition.
Well,
you had the great Karina Corral / what's the other guy's name? The guy that always looks angry. The guy that's on TV.
Oh, the guy at night?
Richard.
Richard Gearhart?
Yeah, you had the great Karina Corral, Richard comeback to that. Like you realized that somebody actually took your line, but you went with it anyways, and you rolled. And
Well,
you did a good job.
I can roll.
But I've never heard Richard cuss out Karina after.
That's the difference between
After
Richard
the
and
fact.
Karina and Jeff and Jeremy.
What are you doing taking my lines, Karina?
I know, I
don't care if you just had a baby and got back.
I bet you that happens all the time. They're always reading that teleprompter. Just like, can you imagine if we had to read a teleprompter every day?
At least she doesn't have pregnancy brain.
Yeah, get credits back here. All right. You ready to go, Tim?
I am. This is why I love listening to you guys in the morning. You go back and forth, back and forth. It's great
It's
stuff.
very irritating at times, but, we get through it. And then other times it's very rewarding.
Jeremy's the only guy I know that takes this job to the level of perfection.
Okay. Jeff, are you ready with the questions?
You would have been a great custodian. Yes, I'm ready with the questions. Here we go. We'll roll through them. Name the 4 albums that made it to the Vinyl 4.
AC/DC Back in Black, Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, and Nirvana, Nevermind.
Who was the man in the box?
Kyle.
That is correct. Entertainer of the Year. And our buddy, Matt Cross, opened a bar in Slow this year. What's the name of the bar?
Broad Street Public House.
Correct. Can you name the 2018 Mac and Cheese winning chef and where they work?
Yes, grade 1 guard, Paso Unified School District.
Good job. You're rolling right along. Number 5. Jeremy's wife is staunch on him not using this personal item of hers. What is it?
I don't blame her, the toothbrush.
I don't blame her either.
I have a very clean mouth. I haven't had a cavity in a decade. Over a decade.
That's something to write home about?
That's over a decade.
I think if you just survey the majority of the eating public, which would be everyone, the overwhelming majority of them would say, yeah, I've gone a decade without it.
Okay, 2 decades.
Tim,
That's a lie, though.
Tim, what's the longest you've ever gone without a cavity?
The longest I've ever gone, probably 10 years.
When's the last time you
okay,
had a
maybe-
cavity? Have you had a cavity in the
maybe
last
it's a-
10 years?
I have.
See?
Maybe
He's
it
had
is
a
a
cavity
decade.
in the last 10 years. Jeremy West is not. Give me that toothbrush.
I will take a Royal Grande fluorinated water over Santa Maria fluoridated water any day of the week.
All right,
you don't
question
touch
number
that- Oh,
6.
you don't drink Santa Maria's water. Oh.
Well, you boil it,
Straight
then
up-
you drink it.
Straight up give you cavity. What celebrity did Steve Kragenbrink appear with on national TV in 2018?
Oh, the lovely Valerie Bertinelli.
That is correct, and it was just, I don't want him to get an overinflated ego. It was via Skype. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
they
not like
were hanging out.
They were just like hobnobbing, and then hitting up a bistro on the Sunset Strip for lunch afterwards.
All right. Question number 7.
What household chore does Jeremy prefer Charlene to do, even though it's usually the man or the kid's responsibility?
Picking up the dog poop.
That's right. I did pick up some poop last week. Wasn't happy about it.
Where's Charlene at?
I almost called her to come home from work early. Hey, get your ass home and pick up this poop. We want to play ball.
I can't play fetch with him because it'll run through the poop. You know, I'm going through that dynamic right now with leaves in my front yard. I don't know what to do. I'm at, like, the leaves have been down for 7 days, and I know that the dogs have been pooping for 7 days on those leaves.
Oh, it's like a landmine.
So then I'm like, do I get into a hazmat suit and just go out there and get it done?
It's like the landmine, man.
And the biggest loser in this whole affair is my kids, because all they want me to do is rake the leaves into a big pile so they could jump into it. And I'm like, sorry, that's not going to happen this time. Because you know there's going to be bombs. Number 8. Why won't I take my kids to the dance studio in Grover Beach?
Because it's too close to a pot dispensary.
That's correct.
It's right across. This
No.
is question number 9.
And we have not gotten the correct answer for this.
We have not got the correct answer for this.
What local celebrity made their debut on the show this year talking about a river?
That would be Dave Hovde, and he was talking about an atmospheric river.
Wow, there we go, right there. Wow. Okay. Woo. Hold on a second.
It's a possibility.
Let's take a second here.
I'm
That was
looking at-
question number 9.
I'm looking at the 3 questions that are here. And if you are a regular listener, it is not outside the realm of possibility that you'll nail each and every one of these. Okay?
Don't go with that one right there.
Okay.
That was just mentioned like 2 days ago.
I will.
Go with this one right here.
I will
I'll
float
highlight
this.
it. Can you see that it's highlighted?
No.
Yes, nobody knows that.
I know,
It's a tough
but,
one. If Tim knows that, then he really knows a lot. All right. Will you?
Okay. I'll go with that one. What is the name of the fantasy football league that Jeremy and I will be finishing 5th and 6th respectfully in this year?
We've been in this league, what, 3 or 4 years?
4 years.
Jiminy
4 years.
Christmas, I should know this one, too.
It gets brought up all the time.
It's got an official name.
Yes, it does.
The Fantasy Football League does. And this year we lost in the first round of the playoffs, so we'll be facing off in championship week to see who gets the 9th overall draft pick.
Here we got a guy that's got the most points in the league in being Jeff, and another guy who went 6-0 to start off the season and was never below the 4th position. And we both went out in the first round.
You know, I'm so upset because once I found out I lost, I didn't even care to look. And then yesterday I started going back and looking and seeing if there was any mistakes made. If I would have started Kenneth Dixon over Josh Adams, I would have won.
All right. Enough of that.
Oh, my
This is the
goodness.
name of the league that Jeff and I play in for fantasy football last 4 years.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, geez, I know it's there. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just keep coming up with 2 drunk dads, but I know that's not it.
No.
That's a podcast.
And that would have been
Yeah,
an answer
that's
to a
a
question
podcast.
last year.
Oh, right.
Which is a great name
You know
for a
what?
fantasy football league, though,
It is.
of 2 people.
Yeah. Especially 4 years ago.
People. Oh, man. You know
well,
what?
yeah.
I'm such a bozo. I don't have it. I just can't think of it right now.
Well, that's okay.
But you have acted as an inspiration to change the name of the fantasy football league because it is a little bit dated. And 14 Drunk Dads would be a fun one.
That'd be great.
Or 13 Drunk Dads and Jeremy League.
All right, people are calling in. They know the answer, but it's going to have to wait until 9:05. Tim, thanks for
Yeah.
playing today, buddy. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All
Okay,
right,
I'll
there
tell
goes
you
Tim.
why. I'll tell you why I was hesitant to do that one. Because there are 13 people, or I should say 12 people, that care about that qualify to win, and they know firsthand.
But they have to get through on the phone.
That's true. That
true.
is true.
There's a lot of people, thousands of people trying to get through right now. We welcome in Adam from J5auto.com.
Yeah,
J5 Auto.
Adami.
Adami. Oh,
Nobody
I'm
gets
sorry.
it right. No
That's
worries.
okay. The E. Jeremy just thought that the E was silent.
Somebody else told me your name, so I'm going to make sure. Because I was like, he said Adam, and I said, is it Adams? He says, no, it's Adam, no S. I'm like, Adami. Okay. Well,
No S, but an E
Yes.
at the end.
okay, that
Adami.
makes a lot of sense. Anyways, I apologize. Good to see you, man. I know you've been in here before, so I'm sorry I screwed up your name, but I could barely remember what I ate for dinner last night.
This is one of our favorite prizes, and this is why we always ask it of you. And people are like, maybe J5 Automotive, like they've never heard of it. It's because Jason used to work over at Landis and now has opened his own shop. And it's in a beautiful location, great location,
Yeah.
easy to.
Is it just down the street from the radio station? Not
Yeah.
that far?
Pretty close to you
Yeah.
guys, just a couple blocks past Staples.
So on Broad and Humbert, right there at the.
Is that where the, is Calderon still there?
DG now. DG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the Eagle Energy pumps are there,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and they're back there. Yeah.
Same corner.
Okay.
So you go to Jay, get your car fixed. It's a Honda. You're still specializing in Honda and
Specializing in
Acura.
Hondas and Acuras, pretty much do everything though.
Yeah.
Working a lot of Chevys lately.
Oh, that's why you're always taking your
Totally fine with me, man. You know.
Jeff's always bringing in the
I bring-
minivan.
Yeah.
Bring the minivan.
The minivan.
Put a lot of mileage on that thing, man.
Yeah, he loves it. He likes. I think what he likes about it the most is the fact that it's got the automatic doors in the back.
Yeah, they're very convenient.
Is there not a nicer car than the Honda Odyssey?
Yeah,
as
there-
far as
I
functionality.
actually don't think there is, man. They're pretty phenomenal cars. I like them, and they drive like a car. It's
I
crazy.
know, it's like an Accord. It's like you're
Yeah.
driving an Accord that's somewhat bad on brakes and tires.
True story.
They're not a nicer vehicle than a Honda minivan.
It's just bad on brakes and tires. That's it. It's an Accord that's bad on brakes and tires.
J5auto.com. That's JAY5, the number 5, auto.com. What is the name? Where does the name come from? I'm always curious.
Long time nickname from friends back in high school. Still friends now. A lot of them still just call me Jay. They don't call me John.
Oh, okay.
So.
What's the 5 stand for?
I don't know. That was just part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 5 was just part of it. Part of it came from Johnny 5, that movie Short Circuit.
Yes, I love that one.
some
I
of
like
it
I
came-
like 2 better than 1. I don't know about you. But
Agreed. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
number
pretty-
5's alive. Oh yeah, number 2
Short
is way
Circuit
better.
2's better than Short Circuit 1?
Oh, way better. It's one of the rare instances that the sequel was better than the original.
You know, I've never seen a Short Circuit.
Yeah. Who's the main actor in that? What's his name?
Steve Gutenberg.
Gutenberg. Yeah.
I do know the IMDb profile
quick
of Short
on that.
Circuit.
So
I'm a
Johnny
Gutenberg
5.
fan.
Okay. So you guys are doing everything there that you've always done. You're working on cars. You're doing emissions and all that kind of stuff.
No smogging, nothing like that. All the
Okay.
standard diagnostic stuff, though. Yes.
Okay, sure. And then, of course, oil changes is something that you do. Thanks for participating in that every year. Now, oil changes have changed a bit. All right. Now,
Quite a bit.
I have a newer truck, so I just have something called Oil Life. And when it hits, I don't know, around 10%, I make an appointment and I take it in, and then I get like 2 oil changes a year.
Depending on how much you drive, that definitely makes 100% sense. The way I look at it is more so based on each vehicle and how much oil the engine actually holds versus how long you should go between oil changes. Because oil itself hasn't really changed an insane amount over the years. It's
But what
still
about
the same.
synthetic oil? Now
Synthetic oil?
that's changed because 10 years ago I wasn't putting synthetic oil in my vehicle.
Synthetic oil has changed dramatically. A lot of them, actually, in the U.S., there's only like 3 or 4 true synthetics you're going to find in the U.S. that you can buy off the shelf. Amsoil, Royal Purple, Redline, and there's one other that I'm forgetting. Motul. Some of the only ones you'll find in the U.S. that you can buy off the shelf.
I'm sorry, the chair just
Yeah,
broke.
is there
Use that other chair.
Can you take that to your shop with you later on and fix it?
I'm sure you work. Do you ever work on shocks?
Yes,
I think
yes,
that's
do.
pretty much what that is. Pretty much. So, mean, explain to us how synthetic oil works. Is it thicker? Like we don't have to get
No.
as many oil changes when we use synthetic.
It's the contamination rate. It's not there. So crude oil, obviously, conventional oil comes from crude. There's a lot of contamination already just off the factory floor, or when it's refined even, there's still a lot of contamination. As
So
go
are you saying
through-
when I use synthetic, I'm being greener?
Yes, essentially.
There you go.
Really?
You're giving me dirty looks, all you Prius drivers, just because I drive a truck.
Pretty sure they.
Yeah, no, synthetic oil is usually a lot better for 2 different reasons. Number one, it's not produced from crude; it's mineral, and it's just better on a vehicle in general because it gets down to a molecular level where all the molecules are uniform, and it can actually seal up better than conventional can.
Asking for a friend. What happens if you get that oil life down to 0?
Contamination rate is very high at that point, and it starts to basically just destroy your engine
Okay.
in the long run.
In the long run.
In the long run.
Okay. So
Yeah, if you consistently go down to that 0% or where it starts counting negative miles, it's pretty bad.
what about, is 10% a good time?
Ish? It depends on what kind of car you have because they all have different
I wonder why no
algorithms.
one's ever told me this. This is the first time hearing of this.
So I have a friend who also has a Honda Odyssey. And he's taking it down to 0 in the oil life just because I think he's been really busy or something the time of year.
Makes sense.
And now it's like flashing how many miles it goes over to him.
Yeah.
Is that a dire situation in which you should probably get in and get your oil changed?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I have another question. I don't know if you know the answer to this or not. You know how on your gas gauge, it says so many miles till empty? I heard once it hits 0, you still have about 20 to 25 miles that you can get out of that. Yeah, is that about right? 20, 25 miles?
Every manufacturer is different. Every drive cycle is going to be different. Obviously, if you go down to empty, you're doing two things. Number one, you're just endangering yourself because you might run out of gas somewhere. But two, you're actually overheating your fuel pump. So fuel pumps, like fluid, like anything else that has a motor, they need to be cooled down. They need to be lubricated. And that's essentially
Do you have to
what
change
gas
these
does.
out quite a bit because people do this?
No.
Because some people insist on
On
not
running
filling
it
up their
down.
tanks and then running it all the way to 0. We all know those people. And you look at them, you're like, wait, you're going to stop at a gas station and you're going to take all this time and you're going to put $10 in? Like, that's going to get you
It is
home.
it is the biggest pet peeve I have with my wife because
Fill it up.
She's like, just put $10 in. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to put $10 in tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I would rather wait a week before I have to go back. Of course, I'm a Costco guy, so there's a little bit more involved.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Going over there, waiting in the line and stuff.
Do
So
you like standing in lines? Do you like walking into convenience stores? Do you like handing over cash on a daily basis? If that's what you like to do, then the $10 route is your thing.
Yeah.
God,
All
I
right.
hate the gas station.
So, once again, the5auto.com is the website. Can you go there to book an appointment, or do you get the phone number there so they can call?
Yeah, both phone number, my cell number's listed on there too to text, or you can call if it's after hours or I'm not at the shop or this or that because I am a one-man show. So if I'm out road testing, obviously I'm not there. But yeah, email on there as well. It's still under construction, but everything's there. You can link up to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Anything else we need to talk about?
not really.
that you wanna get out?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on opening your own shop.
Your own
I
shop.
think that's really cool. And anybody that's had to deal with you in the past knows you're an honest guy and you're the nuts and bolts of the operation you used to be a part of. So, I mean, it's good to see that we could still go to you
Yeah.
for our
Still
needs.
around. All
But
the
I
guys
mean,
are still around.
I know you focused on Honda and Acura, but you will work on change the oil on other cars, even Chevys. You said.
yes,
even
lots of
Chevy.
Chevys. I have one there right now.
What about GMCs?
Same.
Same, yeah, pretty much the same, right?
Yep.
Different logo, a little bit more chrome.
On the corner of Humbert and Broad, what's the tire shop that you show?
DG Tire.
DG Tire. So it's right there in the parking lot with DG Tire. 5J Automotive. Thank you so much for
You.
the oil changes for the.
Yeah, absolutely.
They celebrate Christmas in Canada.
Okay, day 12. Good day, and welcome to day 12. Yeah. Golden tubes, 4 pounds of back bacon, 3 French toast, 2 turtleneck, and a beer in a tree.
Is that it?
No. Hold on. We gotta wait for that.
When did you learn to do that? Albums? So, like, that's our song. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good day. Good day.
Good day.
Everybody.
Wow, that was so much better than the Redneck 12 Days of Christmas.
A little bit more condensed and funnier. If you listen to the whole thing, it's like 4.5 minutes long. I just took the 12 days of Christmas. And I took it from day 12. But can I, just for a second, say that Strange Brew with Bob and Doug McKenzie, Rick Moranis, and I forget the other guy's name, is probably one of the most underrated comedies from, I think it was the late 70s, maybe early 80s.
Better than Bosom Buddies?
No, I'm talking about movies. Like everybody
Oh, that was a TV show.
says Animal House is a great, funny movie. Animal House has nothing on Strange Brew.
Strange Brew's
Everybody
great.
says Caddyshack is a great, funny movie. Caddyshack has nothing on Strange Brew. Nobody says Strange Brew is a classic, and Strange Brew is a great, funny movie. A little long, but
There you
a
go.
great, funny movie.
The 12 Days of Christmas brought to you by Margarita Adventures. Go to margarita-adventures.com. Use the discount code HOLIDAY and save 20%. Check it out now. You can get some nice gift cards and other fun things. We say good morning to Steve. Congratulations. You've made it through to play the 12 Days of Christmas. Steve, where do you live?
Santa Maria.
Have you ever won the 12 Days of Christmas?
Last year, me and my wife both got called. My wife had the final answer, and her phone kept cutting out, but she couldn't answer truth about seafood was the final question. So you called me and my wife last year. We both missed it by one question.
So you've been playing for a while, and you've never won, and we're going to give you an opportunity to win right now.
Awesome.
All right, but first, we must add 6 more prizes to the 12 Days of Christmas.
On
the 6th day of Christmas, Jeff and Jeremy gave to me
6 tickets to shows at the California Mid-State Fair.
5 oil changes from J Automotive and Slow.
J Automotive and Slow.
4 tickets to Zip and Sip and Margarita Adventures.
3 pairs of tickets to the Mac and Cheese Festival.
2 remote control cars from Hobby Headquarters in Atascadero. And a 2-night stay, dinner, and couples massage at the Dolphin Bay Resort and Spa. You just gave up.
I'm just going to let you
suck.
take the lead.
You are terrible.
I'm going to let you take the lead on that one because it's a mouthful, and I've always got to find the 12 Days of Christmas to get it
All
rolling.
right. Excuses. We all know what they say about excuses.
Isn't it better to just have one person sing that part? Because it's impossible to time it out.
No, it would sound great if you could just, harmonize and read. But that's okay.
When Mariah Carey sings All I Want for Christmas, the greatest Christmas song of all time.
Is it?
She's not. I think so. I believe
My new favorite song of all time is Baby It's Cold Outside. It's my ringtone.
That's because you're...
Because I'm what? I'm a traditionalist. All right? And I don't let these millennials tell me what I can and can't listen to.
It's so funny because last year, and this is where you go wrong, liberals, is last year, nobody cared about Baby It's Cold Outside. Now everybody's humming it because you brought it to the forefront. So you kind of were counterproductive in your quest to raise awareness on this one.
Right. Yeah. All right, Steve, here we go. We're going to start with question number 1. You got to get all these questions right before we get to question number 10, which we don't have an answer for yet. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Name the 4 albums that made it to the Vinyl 4.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Back in Black, Dark Side of the Moon, and Nevermind.
Who was the man in the box?
Kyle.
Matt Cross, he's the Entertainer of the Year in San Luis Obispo County, and our friend as well. He opened a bar in SLO. What's the name of that bar?
Broad Street Public House.
Can you name the 2018 Mac and Cheese winning chef and where they work?
Greg Wangard at Paso Public School District.
Paso Unified School District, yes.
I'm sorry, you got that wrong. We have to...
No, that's okay.
Hi.
You're all right. Yeah, all right.
Jeremy's wife is staunch on him not using this personal item of hers.
Toothbrush.
What celebrity did Steve Kragenbrink from the Woods Humane Society appear with on national TV in 2018?
Valerie Bertinelli.
Via Skype.
Look at Steve plowing his way through. Where do you live, Steve?
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria, Steve.
What household chore does Jeremy prefer Charlene do, even though it's usually the man or the kid's responsibility?
Not at my house.
Pick up dog poop.
Not at my house. Hey, this is a Me Too movement, all right? Women can get out there and pick up the dog crap, too.
Maybe it's cold outside. Get out there and pick up some.
Hey, I celebrate women and equality. Get out there and pick up that crap. Us men are tired of doing it.
Why won't I take my kids to the dance studio in Grover Beach?
Shady neighborhood. There's pot dispensaries there.
Yes. Mainly just the pot dispensaries. I don't know if it's a seedy neighborhood or not.
It's actually a very nice neighborhood.
I'm sure it is.
I bought the pot, yeah.
I'm sure.
I bought my mom some pot.
Penthouses line the streets of Grover Beach. What local celebrity made their debut on the show this year talking about a river?
Dave Hubby, Atmospheric River.
Yep, that's it. Nice job.
I was really hoping the answer to that would have been Brad Pitt, but he's not really a local celebrity. He was talking about the river that ran through it. You know that fishing movie?
Yes.
Was that a fishing movie?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was a fishing movie. It was just
that's all I remember was him and Robert Redford standing out in the river fly fishing.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that one.
Steve, do you know the answer to number 10?
I think so.
All right, here it is.
What's the name of the fantasy football league that we're in?
I'm hoping it's the Master Deflator.
That is correct.
Hey, look at this. I unlocked another one. Wow. So,
There's a possibility
Steve,
you could get this right.
you could win the 12 Days of Christmas right now. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
There's just 2 questions between you and winning it all, and we haven't even got to reveal all the prizes yet, which we will shortly if you win. All right, so that was question number 10.
Which we better hope we have that list.
All right.
Do we have that list?
Yes, I'm pulling it
Okay.
out right now. That's what she said.
There's
Okay,
a
here we go.
possibility.
All right, here we go. This is it.
Now, this is great because we actually added 6 tickets to the California Mid-State Fair on the 6th day of Christmas. What was Jeremy's biggest pet peeve about the fair this year?
Oh, yeah. I was pissed about this. Steve in Santa Maria, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you know the answer?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even hear the question.
I don't know. I think that's a
Stalling-
stall tactic.
It's a stall tactic. That's all right. Give it
No, I
to him
swear,
again.
I swear.
Give it to him
What
one more
was
time.
Jeremy's biggest pet peeve about the fair this year?
I don't know where the bathrooms were. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, it's worth a guess, right?
No, it's not where the bathrooms were. But Steve, hey, great job on Master Deflators. That's the Master Deflators Fantasy Football League, and Jeff and I are no longer in the money for that. But
I think we should definitely change the name of it. I think we should change the name of it to. How many dads are in the fantasy football league? Like the previous caller said, he wanted to call it the Two Drunk Dads Fantasy Football League, which wouldn't make sense. But
Right.
if we have 14 people, but how many dads do we have?
Oh, just let's see.
There's Greg. There's Steve. There's
Yeah.
myself. There is Doug.
Doug's a dad.
There's
Is John a dad from JD Project?
John's a dad.
All right. Am I the only one that's not a dad?
No,
Reno's not a dad.
Matt's not a dad.
Reno's not a dad. Matt
Reno's not a
Janetsky's
dad.
not a dad. What about the other guy that claims to be a West? What's his name?
Tim's a dad.
Tim's a dad?
Yeah.
Okay. He moved out of state.
Yeah.
I think we should eliminate him. If you don't live in
know.
the state, I think
I
you
don't
should
think
be.
I don't think Brian's a dad.
Who's Brian?
Brian. The
Oh,
guy
Brian
that gave you
Radke?
a ride to the draft because you're too drunk.
Yeah. Die Brady Die. I think he is a dad. Actually, I think he has kids. I think we talked about that. I don't know. I was drunk though because he was my
ride to the draft.
Yeah, he doesn't drink and I do, and he gave me a
So I
ride.
have 8 so far.
Yeah. So
Does that sound about right?
you want to call 14 drunk dads
No,
fantasy football
8
league?
drunk dads and 4 drunker bums.
Whatever you want to do.
4 drunken bums.
Steve, nice try. You
6
can try
drunken
back.
bums.
Have a great day, my friend.
Whatever the ratio
Thank
works
you.
out. You
All
get
right.
the gist of the title, right?
Yes, I do. I get it.
Drunk dads and really drunk non-dads.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOZ.com.